PSYCH-K started out with this concept, which was very popular at the time, many years ago. We were in our 36th year of being of service to humanity, and I'm very thrilled to be able to say that. It was all about self-help. There were just a plethora of books about self-help. Everybody talked about that was interested in having their lives be better than it was at the time. And and then I noticed there were some changes going on. Self-help tended to really focus people on just themselves. And at first I thought, well, that's not right. We want to help other people. And then I realized, not so. We do want to help other people, but in order to do that really well, you need to help yourself first. If you don't make sure that you can float your own boat, so to speak, you've taken care of business that is yours, both emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually, and whatnot. If you weren't attending to those aspects, you really wouldn't have much energy left to help anybody else. So I saw it then as a phase you go through. First, pay attention to your own needs, your own capabilities, and all of that. Hone your skills of self-help, because you're going to need those. You're going to transfer those to what I came to see as a broader context of helping in the world. And that was, if you bring that kind of balance and wisdom to an interaction with another human being, it turns into be more the definition of self-realization. As you realize, that's the realization in self-realization, that really there's no such thing as others anyway, that the notion that we are all interconnected energetically, spiritually, in so many ways, in consciousness, that if you've done your work, you have a lot more to offer someone else, and you have a lot healthier way to be in relationship with them because you understand yourself. As the Greeks said so profoundly, know thyself. And that's step one. And I believe it was for me true anyway, that there was a natural feeling of gravitating towards, well, I'm doing okay. I'm sleeping inside and I eat regularly and I have clothes to wear and that kind of thing, where my basic needs were met, and I'm starting to open to the larger questions of, why am I here? What am I to do? Is there a purpose to life? The meaning of life questions. And eventually, I believe, sooner or later, people arrive at a place in their lives where those questions become relevant. They don't seem so relevant when you're really young, but as you get older and you live a lot of life, experiences happen with you and to you, then you start to ask, okay, what's the point of this? And those are the key questions where there's a turning point in most people's lives, from self-help, it's all about me, to self-realization, where I am part of a whole, and so it's about all of us. And I want to be of service to others, because it's more than self-help. With self-help, you might get what you want, and your life might improve in various ways. But what I noticed was the most profound experiences I ever had were ones where I was in a place to be able to help people facilitate their awareness about who they really are as divine beings having a human experience. And when I saw that concept awaken in others, that I could be a useful facilitator of the message that was true, they are these divine beings with this unlimited capacity, then I felt happier than I ever felt about any physical acquisition I ever made, or any being right, or accomplishing a goal and graduate degrees and stuff like that. It really paled in comparison to the connection that you can feel to another sentient being, another human being, and to be of service to them in one way or another, because you really realize in the most profound and intimate moments of that interaction, that's another you. That person, you're looking in a mirror, and to be of service to them, there's nothing so profoundly satisfying as that. And so I would say in the progression from self-help, it's all about me, to it's all about us. That means I am you, you are me. I had an epiphany one time about that state of consciousness and the problem that people have in life, which is not realizing they're connected. And I called it the illusion of separation disorder, from a psychological point of view, because I was a therapist. And the most beautiful thing about that was, the affliction, so to speak. In other words, if you looked in the book that identifies psychological dysfunctions and names them, it would be the illusion of separation disorder would be described as, I don't believe in you, you don't believe me, I don't believe that we're connected, and I don't believe we're connected to the earth and to the planet either. We're just all disconnected. We're just going through life, and it's kind of like rolling the dice and then trying to figure out if you got it right. No, if I think I'm not a part of you, you think you're not a part of me, and we think we're not a part of the creator of all that is, that made this possible, we are in a very precarious position to have a life filled with anything but sadness and struggle. So that changed a whole lot for me. And I talk much more these days about the spiritual interconnectedness of PSYCH-K, and that the real goal is to make that connection to one's divinity. And so the belief change work that we do, the things that we would call, some people call negative beliefs, they're not, they're just beliefs. And they either serve the goal of waking up, self-realized in a self-realized way, to the fact that you are a divine being having this human experience, and so is everybody else. It's just a matter of degree of awareness. So that's why I consider PSYCH-K to be a spiritual process with psychological and physical benefits.